Now, what were you saying just before the show earlier that on Sunday you're going to be doing what?
I'm going to be laying vertical.
That's what he said.
I'm going to spend the whole
He said as
day,
much as possible
as
of the
much
day.
as possible. Like I've fallen and I can't get up,
Like
and
you're
I
in a
don't want to
coma.
get up. Yeah.
You're in a coma with maybe some beer.
Beer
Chicken wings?
could revive me. Beer could coax me off the couch to get a wing.
A wing, and now you're thinking maybe meatballs?
I might have
Nachos?
one, two.
Chili?
While you got the toothpick out, you might as well plunge it into something else you can put in your mouth.
By the way, that's Eric Stromer.
Maybe one of those little hot dog things.
And I'm Cindy Dole, and this is Home Wizards, and we're talking about getting ready for what else but the big game.
That's it.
And
it's
some
be big,
last-minute things to do to make your house ready and to get the snack-olas together because, there's not much time. Now, we talked about using some cute decanter glass vases to hold salty,
so that the
snacky
kids
items.
can pour the items in their hand without touching them.
And it's decorative, and you can see it's cute.
It's cute,
Of course, don't forget, if you are, speaking of beer, going to have that, you might have, really simple way to do it is to, and it's a cute centerpiece, is to just have like a little pail of some kind. Maybe you have one sitting around, fill it with ice, and then put wine and different.
Put your Pinot Grigio in there. Call it a day.
Very cute, right? That's a fun little accessory item for entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget the rubber band IDs, so that let's say you're going to be serving wine. You can get some of these rubber bands at some of the different liquor stores it kind of looks like those bracelets, Live Strong or whatever.
Right.
But now you can customize them and with a Sharpie put, Megan and Eric and Brooke and whatever, and then it fits around the glass part.
Yeah, rather than the stemware.
Rather than
part. Like
it's
those little
cute.
charms. I like that too.
Cucumber water. I mean, it's simple, but in between everything else, you want to hydrate. Get a picture.
All that screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe you might be having some adult beverages. I just have visions that might be happening.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
So to hydrate and counter that, make sure you have a nice glass pitcher to fill it with water.
It's like spa water.
Spa water.
Yeah.
We love the idea of mixing lemon with cucumber slices. Just saying.
That gives you that uptown feeling.
If you're going to be doing some grilling with coals, remember to have some fresh rosemary to kind of put the herbs right on the coals.
Well, that sounds pretty.
If you're going to do a little bit of that. And the herbs in the soda. Maybe some mint or basil or thyme, and you can either put that in the ice cube trays, right? You like that idea?
Well, yeah, because it just kind of bumps up to the next level with the cocktail. That handcrafted cocktail feeling.
It can, yeah.
Yep, fresh herbs.
All these are great little things to be staging as you're getting ready, for entertaining. And remember, too, to have some great, little decorative items. We talk a lot about having the football field tablecloth, but you don't have to do that. I mean, that's where you use the artificial turf.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, you can do that if you want, or you can just go, old school and just have it right on the table. But, maybe get some ramekins. Go to a restaurant supply store.
Yes.
Ramekins can hold tons of little great, hand food and
cute
little ideas to serve things that
You know
way.
what else is cute? If you go to a garden center, instead of getting artificial turf, imagine just getting real little turf or moss in miniature little plant sizes in vases, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then go to a party store and buy little teeny tiny footballs and then put one on each of these, and that could be a cute little thing.
That's great.
So it's like a little, it's just
little mini stadium.
It's almost like a little cupcake, It's a little
right.
teeny tiny little fluff of moss or some kind of a green, whatever you like. It looks like grass. It looks like a field. Kind of cute.
You know what else is cute? Just single leaf centerpieces. Like
Love that.
You've got a big elephant palm, or any of these ferns that you have in the shady parts of your home. Just take one off and put it in a vase. It looks really pretty. Simple.
Very good. So now let's say you really are not much of a cook, and you want to have some people over, or maybe it's just you and a couple of friends, very low key. Quick last minute ideas. Imported olives. Right?
Love it.
Grocery stores.
They're doing the olive bars all over the place.
I know.
Yeah.
And you could now have your own olive bar, fill containers, maybe 4 or 5, with the most unusual varieties.
That's a real good idea.
Isn't that a good idea?
Yeah. And what about those delicious Mercona olives?
I know you love it.
Yeah.
I know you love that.
Yum. Salted with a little Spanish olive oil on them. Yummy.
Yeah, very, very addictive. You can also get some interesting cheeses, really fancy artisan cheeses.
I've been doing a lot of cheese platters,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing. They sell cheeses now, and even some of the supermarkets that are more specialty. And
Mm-hmm.
you just don't realize the world of cheese out there. There's so much for you, and they're combining lots of fruits with them. And
what about crackers? Like really upgrade upgrade if you're upgrading your
Yes,
cheese.
the crackers really make a
Upgrade the
difference.
crackers, or even go full blown with baguettes. You could go like to the bakery or even the grocery. A lot of stores now have their own bakery, and you can have them slice the baguettes for some great
Very nice.
sandwiches,
Love
or
that.
just the piece of the cheese with the baguette.
Some great salami. You can do some peppers,
Hummus.
pepperoncinis. Now I'm getting hungry
I know.
again.
Now, if you still want to go low key, you don't have any time whatsoever. Let's say you might even have to work before the game, or you're just exhausted from the day before. You can go to the grocery store. A lot of these high-end grocery stores have a hot bar,
They do, yeah.
you know, where you could get the chicken wings and you can get the meatballs, and it's all done.
Done for you. Just bring it
Yeah.
in.
Or you could even do takeout. I've done that before, where you have Chinese or Thai takeout, a little bit different. Pizza, you know what I mean? Kind of do that.
Pizza's not a bad way
international.
to go. Yeah.
Or don't worry, hey, you might want to have a little bit of gourmet cookie for your dessert later in the afternoon, because it is kind of an all-day eating fest.
It sure is. Don't forget your pigs in a blanket with the puff pastry around the little hot dog. Man, they even have those frozen that are to die for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had them.
Something that you would make, you mean, or that's
No, you can buy
them
you can
all.
get them frozen. Just
Oh,
throw them in.
great.
They're delicious. I gotta
Great.
tell you, yeah.
And by the way, when you have some people over, it's all about not just the game, but it's the commercials, right? And there's so many. You probably have seen some of the cute ones already put out on Facebook, and you're getting some previews. But there's a lot of websites, one called creations.com, and they've come up with different games that you can now host with your party at home. Be great for the family and friends and kids. One of the games is called Commercial Bingo, and another is called Potato Chips on the Nose. And they're Super Bowl commercial-themed party games, and you just go to the website. Again, it's creations.com. It's kind of fun.
Cute.
Kind of a good way to, reward people and keep the party alive during the commercials.
I like it. Bean
Yeah?
and cheese taquitos.
Yeah?
Love those. Easy to make.
Okay.
Just beans, heat them up, some cheese, wrap it up.
I think that you're already there.
I'm
I think
there.
you're already
man,
there.
I don't even care who's playing. I'm just so starving right now.
And by the way, the Food Network has some really great recipes for all kinds of snacks and dips and desserts. If you're, wondering, they have all kinds of full-blown tips and so forth to kind of get you ready for the Super Bowl. So I love all that.
And, have people come over and bring something. Why do you have to do everything? Just say, if you're coming, you're responsible for 7 pounds of ground beef. We're making tacos. The other, Joe, you're going to bring this. Don, you're bringing that. And Seth, what are you bringing?
Yeah.
Delicious beverage.
So everyone should also consider the crock pot. Both
Oh,
Eric and
boy.
I are crock pot, fans. And if you're still kind of in last minute mode, I mean, it's so easy. We have the recipe on our website right now. It's my secret short rib recipe.
Boy, I love short ribs.
And the key is just you want to start like maybe even today. You can't overcook these things, right?
No.
But these are beef short ribs, and I know you make them too, and I want you to tell me how you do them. But this is where you have a bottle of Cabernet wine. You're going to use about half of the bottle.
Yeah.
And you're going to add some brown sugar,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe a couple teaspoons. And then you add some chili pepper flakes,
Mm-hmm.
so a little bit of hot and the sweet, right? And then you add a little bit of lemon juice. And now you stir it all up, and it kind of becomes a little thicker.
Mm.
And you, in the meantime, have browned the beef ribs, short ribs that are virtually boneless, right? And they sear them on both sides, put it in the crock pot, put this now wine mixture in, and let it just slow cook for 7 hours.
8 hours, you're
and
done.
it just absorbs it, and it's sweet
Falls off the
with a little
bone.
bit of kick, and maybe some garlic in there too.
I don't know why you
What do you
wouldn't.
do with yours?
Now here's the key. I bought the crock pot that you can brown on the stove top and then transfer to the cradle, so that you don't have to do the secondary cleanup of an additional pot or pan, right?
Right.
Which I love. I just brown with a little olive oil, garlic, salt, and pepper. Brown the short ribs. Brown on both
these are
sides.
beef.
These
Beef,
are beef,
right?
yeah. And then I just do a little bit of chicken stock, some sliced onions, some potatoes, little mini Yukon Golds or something. Cook that baby up, and 8 hours later, you got yourself something that not only the kids eat, but everybody loves it.
Very, very fun. Yeah, it's scrumptious, and the whole idea is to have it done in advance so that you can have some fun watching the game.
I almost feel like a show off when I do those crock pot meals. It's like, come on in, dinner's ready. Made about 7:30 this morning. Done.
One of my other favorite things is something that's a family treat. It's called Marvelous Munchies, and I'm going to give it just really quick. Instead of having chips and dip, or maybe in addition to, you buy those oyster crackers. You know,
Yeah,
those
love those,
soup
yeah.
crackers that are basically flavorless.
Clam chowder ones.
You buy
yeah.
a package of dry ranch dressing,
Yeah.
and you have dill powder, dill weed, seasoning,
Uh-huh.
and then either use some popcorn oil or olive oil as much as you feel you need. And you make this overnight, and you put the crackers in like a couple of boxes in a big bowl. You throw in the ranch, you throw in the dill, you throw in the oil, and every hour you come back and you stir and stir. It absorbs it, and it is spectacular.
Spectacular.
Yummy. So check it
Jeez,
out.
that sounds
We'll put it on
good.
the website as always. YourHomeWizards.com. Eric Stormer, Cindy Dole. You're listening to Home Wizards.
I was looking for some